You're pointing at the calendar, huh? Yeah. And after Christmas, from last year to this. So that's really how you measure time. It goes Halloween, comes after Christmas, and then there's another Christmas, and there's Halloween, and that's it. That's your year?
Yeah.
So today we're going to show you how to take a foam pumpkin.
Which you can get at your closest art store.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Most of the craft stores have something like this.
And if you want, you can do them at your Halloween store.
I don't think that many of the Halloween stores have them, but a lot of the craft stores do, and they're foam, right? They're not like a real pumpkin. They kind of look like a real pumpkin, but they're foam. That's right. So there's two different kinds that you can get at different craft stores. There's the Funkin brand, which is a thicker foam, and then these are commonly called the Fatekin brand, but they're sold at Michael's stores, and the foam's a little thinner. We prefer the thinner kind because they're a little easier to carve, right guys? Yeah. What we're gonna do is these pumpkins are kind of boring. Are they boring, Annabelle?
And they say it's indoor decoration, but we're using it outdoor.
That's right. So we're gonna modify this foam pumpkin and make it super duper creepy. Annabelle, do you want to start us off? Okay.
I'm Annabelle Kid. I'm Max Ken.
They can't see you. You're hiding behind a pumpkin.
I'm Max Ken.
And I'm Sean Kent, and we're the Creepy Kents.
We forgot to mention this.
Oh, yes, the shark. We have a Sharpie.
No.
Okay, so we're back, and like any major project that we want to start with, we want to start with a good plan, and part of the plan is designing our pumpkin. So when we carve regular pumpkins, we draw a picture of what we want to carve on a pumpkin on paper first.
Only one paper.
Yeah, and we don't really transfer it to the pumpkin by way of a stencil. We kind of poke dots to place it, but it gives us an idea beforehand of what we want to do, right? Sound good? So all three of us are going to do a little bit of a doodle and design what we want our pumpkin to look like. So kids, start by drawing your pumpkin shape. And I used Annabelle's mouth, sort of. So I tried to combine all of your ideas together. Perfect. Okay, so then we're going to take Mr. Pumpkin here. So we're going to use our drawing, and we're going to place it just sort of loosely over our pumpkin, just like that. So we can poke through the paper here, and that'll give us an idea of where our design starts and ends. Or the other option is, if you're like me, and you're sort of artistic, you can just sort of freehand based off your idea onto the pumpkin with your pencil.
But that's risky.
It is risky, so if you're not comfortable with your drawing and stuff, just poke dots through the paper, just like this. Line it all up. And then polka dot in one of the corners, Annabelle, by the nose. Pushes it through, boom. That's great. And now we've got a little dot on the pumpkin. I don't know if you can see it. We got a little dot right there that helps us line up where all the elements go. So I don't need that though. So Papa is just going to doodle directly on the pumpkin, just like this. Then once I've got it blocked out in pencil, which I'm sure you can't see because it's probably too big.
I can barely see.
Yeah. What we're then going to do is take our handy dandy black permanent marker of nondescript variety, and we're going to draw over our lines, just like this. Yeah. Annabelle? Why are you playing my head like a drum? So now we're done with the doodling part, and we have a black outline, roughly where we're going to do our Dremel cut. So when we do Dremeling, what is the most important thing?
Safety. Safety goggles.
Safety goggles, and we're probably going to use a respirator too.
Here you go,
Yeah, just to protect so we don't breathe the foamy dust. And we will carve out our foam pumpkin with our handy Dremmel tool.
What's just way over there?
It is right over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast to bring you this important announcement. We're having a giveaway, and the code word is Boogers!
Okay, so I sent the kids away because we had a limited number of respirators, and also, to be honest, it's an adults-only part of the project. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach our side cutting drill bit, just like so. I put on my respirator. I've got on my safety goggles, so kids, don't do this without a parent. Like that. And here we go. And we're back. So the carving is complete, and here's what it looks like. For some of you, this might be where you want to stop. But we are creepier than that, aren't we, guys? So what we're now going to do is we're going to do some more work on this to creep it up a little bit more. So we want to have a nice big stem coming off it. Then coils sometimes come off the pumpkin, which will give it a little bit more character. And to do that, what we're going to do, let's move the pumpkin over here,
This is tape.
is we're going to use a special mixture for like paper mache. And you guys have done paper mache before, haven't you? Yeah, it was fun, huh? So what we use instead of flour is we're just going to use some all-purpose glue. And I don't know what the measurement is, but probably that's enough glue. And the more water there is, the longer it takes to dry, obviously. But it makes like a nice syrupy paste, and I'll even put a little bit more glue in.
You're crazy.
I am crazy. So what we've got to do now is we've got to make some sort of a structural support, because paper mache alone won't hold up a big fancy stem. And that's why we use the fancy wire, right? Now this isn't anything in particular, it's just a galvanized aluminum wire. Probably cut off a length about there. So I've got this medium gauge. We tried to get the thickest gauge we could, a utility wire. I'm going to use that to measure off probably about that length of wire. I'm going to snip it. There we go. Nice and safely. Why do we put the wires in the pumpkin?
Because for ponytails.
Max, if you would be so kind, I'm going to jam this in here, and if you could go get me the monkey glue. And what that will do is we'll just put a little dab of the monkey glue, just like this, just around where we put the metal in, and we're not going to wait for it to dry, just a little bit will do you, and that'll hold it there in place, and then I'll do just maybe 2 little curly cues coming off it as well. Your mommy's laughing at me. That should hold them in place. For the most part. So that gets us started. And now we've got to build up our stem. So to start with, we're going to use some newspaper here. And the first step of the newspaper is going to be super easy to do. Okay? So what I want you guys to do is just pull out a piece and then roll it up. Roll it up, roll it up. There we go. And then I'll put. Now the piece Annabelle took, we're going to tear pieces off now, just like that, and now this is what we're going to start to use to wrap it. Yep, nice long strips, and then Max, you can dip them, Annabelle can tear them.
Okay, now I'm working. All of the windows in the
Here we go, and then before it dries, of course, you can manipulate it and twist it to whatever sort of shape that you want it to be. So the next step, now that we've got the stem roughed in, is we want to add some texture and character to his face. And one of the ways that I do this in makeup is that I use cotton balls and latex. And cotton balls and latex, when they're mixed together, you can start to use it to build up and almost make like a cotton Play-Doh. So then what I'll do is I'll take it, I'll stretch it out as far as it can go. If I can, I'll even unroll the cotton. That'll start to build up some of the shape and form that's a bit unusual. Don't forget to squeeze them out. You don't want to put too much liquid on there.
life. this with my fiddle.
Not really.
With candles. With shocking bows. Shocking bows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and shake up.
After much time and cotton and glue, we have something that looks like this. So what we've done is we put the glue and the cotton, and it doesn't stick on very well, so you have to be really gentle with it and stuff. But once it dries, the glue will bond it to the pumpkin. So we're gonna leave this one outside and let it dry, and we have this one that we made yesterday that is already dry. Ooh.
Can I touch?
Yeah, you can touch it. So it's hard to the touch. Well, not quite hard, but it's more hard to the touch. So the first step in our painting is we need to paint it black.
Black.
Black. Get all the excess off the brush.
Okay. I'm just showing.
This is old acrylic craft paint that we've just diluted a little bit. And then Max, if you will. Here, why don't you do over here, Annabelle?
Okay.
I'll do in the middle.
And I don't. I'm pretty sure the ponytail comes out. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's starting to look pretty creepy, isn't it, Annabelle? Look.
It kind of looks like a marshmallow.
There! So now the next step is a tricky technique, and it's called dry brushing. So the black paint is, that's 80 to 90% dry. And we're gonna take some orange and we're gonna put the orange back on.
What?
Yeah, but the way we put it on is we're gonna use a brush that's almost completely dry. We're only gonna take a little dab. Just a dab will do you in your bowl here. Just like that. Tiniest little bit, okay? And then what you do with the brush is you sort of stick the brush like this. Just get it like that. And then we're gonna lightly brush on top and not fill it all the way in, just a little bit at a time. Now I'll show the folks at home what this is starting to look like after I get a little bit on here. There we go. So,
It looks so creepy.
yeah, so we're gonna take some paint like that, like I said.
Everything but up here.
We're gonna
because
dab, get it, flatten all the paint out. Try and get as little paint as possible on the brush, and then we just lightly go over it like that. Right, so a little bit of black showing through in the different areas is good to go, okay?
That looks so terrifying.
Right?
It's like a pumpkin, but it looks more better.
Yeah, it looks better, I think. You're
And it
right.
makes more of a scarecrow look.
Yeah,
See what I mean?
that's awesome. And you could even, if you wanted, you could make this into a mask.
Yeah, you can make like a whole...
Yeah, you put like a big hole in the bottom, and then you could put like black cloth that you can see through on the inside, and you can make
And
yourself
no
a
one
scarecrow
can
mask.
see you inside.
That's right. Let's show the folks at home how it's starting to look here. Whoa! Is that creepy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has a head.
Okay, so we're gonna keep dry brushing. We use the same brushes.
Are we gonna use the same thing?
Yeah, because if all the colors blend in together nicely, that's a good thing.
Because we're still going to blend them in. That looks like poo.
It does, in fact, look a lot like poop. Oh, that's so gross. This paint's almost done. That's okay though, it'll still work. What did we paint it with?
Paint.
So, that's the paint job. At the basic level, eh, buddy? What do you think? How do you guys think it turned out?
Good. Good.
Good?
It kind of looks like blood coming out of it.
Yeah, that was Max's idea. Put a little blood on it. We also think it would make a great spooky mask for Halloween. So now all we need to do is put on several coats of clear.
Almost ready to go.
Yeah. Ready to go for what?
Ready to go for Halloween.
So, for the next part of this, what we're going to do is we're going to use some handy dandy marine varnish. It's called Spar Urethane, and we're going to coat the pumpkin with this clear coat. That's going to protect it from the rain, and it's going to protect it from the sun.
And salt water.
And well, if your haunt is at the ocean, it'll protect you from that too.
And my smile has Piglet.
And the kids will watch while I put the first coat on.
I do remember we did do a whole thing. Oh, okay, say that because it's not very good. No, it's clear. There's no color to it. It's completely clear. We're gonna put
So we're gonna let it dry overnight, and then we're gonna put another coat on. Sound good? Sound good?
Yeah.
Is it spooky?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, but we don't want to show off our nipples. Could you cover your belly, please? You're showing off your nipples. So, let's show everybody the results of our handiwork. Bum, 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 bum. I got it. 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 Ta-da! Oh yeah, touch it, people at home.
Dude.
Cause that'll work.
With your mouse.
Oh yeah, click on it. Hey, look, we paused, and we're back. We painted it, and then afterwards, I put a coat with you guys the first night of Spar Urethane,
And then another, and then another.
and then another, and then another. So now we've got 3 coats of Spar Urethane. It's still a bit wet, which is part of the reason why it's stinky. P.U. So it's got 3 coats on it, but it gives a nice shiny appearance, and that'll be weatherproof, watertight, sunproof. It'll last forever. This is marine. Yeah, you know those awesome looking wooden boats? Those are covered
And Spar Urethane.
in Spar Urethane. So this is marine grade, so it's gonna last forever, which is awesome. So anyways, that's it, and that's done. And then the next step for our project is we're gonna make it into a big 8-foot tall scarecrow of doom.
Wearing blue and purple. Blue, 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 blue.
So for the next episode, we're gonna show you how we make the scarecrow part, which is gonna be huge, right? We want it to be super high. We're gonna put it right in the corner of our yard so that people can see our house from miles away and know that we're a creepy family, right? Yeah. So we'll cover that in the next episode, which is going to be coming out fairly soon, I hope. So that wraps it up for us this episode, but we have some news. We'll move it over to the side over here, just like this. There we go. So the Creepy Kents are going the big time. We're going majors, which means that we're starting to do some crazy stuff. Like we got a new website, which is super cool, so you can watch all our videos all in one place.
It's better than the old one.
Yeah, it's way better than the old one. creepykents.com. That's where you can keep up to date with all the new videos coming out. So we got some creepy cool signs. That's awesome. And we got some business cards. We're going to give out business cards like candy this year. Yeah, we got some new business cards, so we're going to put that on our candy because we give out full-size candy bars because that's how you do Halloween, folks.
And I'm this one.
That's right.
That's mine.
And also, during this video, you may have heard something about a Creepy Kents giveaway. Something or other. They may have been a code word hidden in this video.
Or like it goes flash.
Like
this
flash.
Is the code word.
This is the code. Yeah, that thing. Remember?
Yeah.
So if you heard the code word, tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something for you today. We are going to give the first person who comments on the YouTube video channel for this video with the code word. We're gonna send you a message. Yep, that's a secret code word. We're gonna send you a message to send us your details, and you are going to be the proud owner of the new Creepy Kents bumper sticker. Oh, so cool it hurts. What's it say, Annabelle? What's it say?
Creepy Kents.
It does say Creepy Kents. What else does it say, Max?
Deep inside, we all want a zombie apocalypse, and there's a zombie in our websites on the side.
That's right. So we're going to give away these bumper stickers. So the first person that comments on this video with the code word can win one of these bumper stickers. And the same thing goes for Facebook. Either on our Facebook page or on our YouTube video page.
It's okay if you don't get one. we can just toss them everywhere.
Well, we'll keep giving them away. We're gonna have more prizes soon.
Each video.
Yeah, so if you like one of these super cool bumper stickers, all you gotta do is comment on the YouTube page for this video, or on our Facebook page at facebook.com, the Creepy Kents, something like that. I don't know, search for Creepy Kents. We're on there, and we'll send you one of these bumper stickers. So that's our first giveaway this year. We're gonna have some more giveaways coming
But
up.
how are we gonna post them to them?
Well, with the mail.
Yeah, but how will we
I'll draft an email, and then I'll stick the sticker on the screen, and I'll hit send.
No, here's the thing.
What?
How are we gonna know where they live?
That's a good question. I guess we'll have to send them a message to send us a message to say, hey, we want to send you a real message in the mail. So if you could send us your address, then we would put it in an envelope and put a stamp on it and send it to them.
I don't think I love Creepy Kents videos.
So be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, and do you know how they can subscribe, everybody?
You click a button like over there or over there.
Where's the button, Annabelle?
Wait, on top of my hat.
On top of my head?
No,
I think it's on top of your nose.
No, on my eyeball.
Yes, see, I think it's on the pumpkin.